What's good, crew? We are back with another Twin Talk video. You said Twin Talk or Twin Talk video? Alright, let's rewind that again. What's good, crew? We are back with another Twin Talk video. Back with another video. And we're being interviewed by CEO, so we don't even know what the topic is, but we here with it first with you guys. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Get in tune with the crew. It's your girl Amanda. Keep this channel growing because we growing and we glowing up. Alright. That was lame, but whatever. What's your name? Oh, it's your girl. I be so off track. It's your girl Miranda. And we're going to ask her to get with the crew. Because she lost. Anyways, come on, crew.
First, allow me to say that it is very imperative that y'all don't look at this from a personal perspective.
Okay.
You guys have to try your best to look at this from a very broad spectrum.
Yeah, you. Look who's talking too.
Alright, you ready?
I'm ready.
Alright. So, throughout the years, men and women have been going through what society may have called the longest civil war in history. The reason why they call it that is because men and women have been having this uphill battle. As a result of this battle, there has been a massive decline in marriages, childbirths, and monogamous relationships alike. If one were to do a little research, they'll see that the influence of this may have been caused by feminism, feminist programs, and feminist organizations, resulting to men seeming to be going their own way, resulting to guys like myself who are thinking and believing, nah, I'm good without a relationship. What is your perspective of this first?
Would you like to answer first? My perspective to this is I feel like a lot of men result to the nah, I'm good without a relationship because of I guess you want to say masculinity. Like men are pretty much raised to be the man and the provider, but then when you have women that are not like as independent or too independent, that they have it in the back of their mind like they don't need anybody. So I feel like a lot of times men don't like to get in relationships with women that feel like, I mean, I don't know, like, how am I trying to word it? I feel what she's trying to word it is men are taught to never express their feelings. So for a man to date somebody, more than likely he's maybe feeling that way because of I'm not gonna never date again, is because of how somebody else treated them. So it is a little feminism that plays a lot of part in men in America today, that it kind of rubs men the wrong way to want to date women because women get more passings with the law. So because women get more passings with the law, no man wants to be with a woman that is going to get him in trouble with the law. So that's pretty much how I see it, is that a man's like, nah, I'm good, because women can be trouble. They really can. I can agree to that. And I mean, and not even that. Let's use an example. Bow Wow, for example, when he got in an altercation with that girl or whatever, she was aggressive. She attacked him. She was the aggressor, and she attacked him, and he called the police, and the world made in front of him for calling the police. And I think it's wrong that they do that because, like, men don't have a right to call the police for being attacked, but if he attacked the bitch back, now he's the aggressor.
Yeah,
and I do kind of feel like that. The world look at it, and I agree with that, because the world looks at men like they can't be in an abusive relationship, which is very wrong, because men can be abused just like women, just like how they feel like if a man went to the police and said I was raped by a woman, they're gonna laugh at that is wrong. They're gonna be like, really? Oh, at least you're getting some pussy or some. that's how they look at it, and it's wrong because they're treating it like men can't hurt. The same
that men don't have pain, the same pain that women do, but men were born, they were taught if a boy fall and get up, you're a boy, don't cry. You know, they were taught to be a boy and a man in a child's body, and to boys don't cry, but they have to hold so much stuff in that. Yes, I do feel like the world gives a lot of feminism off to women, and women get so much leeway. So I don't feel no type of way for my brother to feel the way he feels about not dating, because women are trouble,
and
it's coming from a woman.
Like, I can't say that. I mean, like, I don't blame people when they say that they don't want to be in a relationship or don't never want to date again.
It's a reason behind it.
Because it's a reason that people come to that point in life where they don't want to be in a relationship with anybody else. Because sometimes people can only bear so much pain that they may not want to go through it ever again. It's like, I don't want to experience that again. I'm tired of opening up to you or to women or people in general, and I keep getting hurt.
I mean, look at the guy from Amazon. He got a divorce and his wife got half of his billions. So again, it plays part.
Yeah,
if a woman gets a divorce, she ain't got to give up half of her residuals. Like a man got to give up half of his residuals. And even if that woman didn't help him build his empire, she's still entitled to all of his money. As long as they were dating 5 years, I do find it unfair. If they were dating married 5 years, she's entitled to half of his income. And I think
it's something that he could have been building for 40 years.
Yeah.
And something that she probably never even put her hands on. She was just a backhand woman because this is her husband. It's not fair. I feel like a lot of times it is wrong. I wish that these laws could be reversed and changed because they
can be, but people have to petition it.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not fair because when you got more so women voting for these things, they're going to keep these things on the ballot, and it's just going to keep going and keep going and keep going because you got feminist ass women that just won't let stuff change.
Okay,
they're not okay with change.
But we can also reverse this as well to a biased society. Say, for example, a woman like myself. I have a felony, and I got a felony back in 2009. And a person who gets a felony, a woman per se, cannot get a job as easy as a man with a felony, and can have a harsher record than a woman. So society kind of plays its
pros and cons.
Yeah, with women and men when it comes to certain situations. But in reality, men have it much harder than women in America.
And they really do. And
black men, to be exact.
And it's not fair. I feel like that these issues should change, point blank period, because
they won't change without
look at the child support system. Look how it is when there's custody battles being involved. You got the woman, because she carried the child for 9 months. Oh, she's the number one provider. She has more rights to the child than the father does.
It's not even remind you. Somebody also told me a story similar to Big Bros, that he had his child for 1 year and 7 months and was still paying child support in the state of Arkansas. Had his child. What makes it right for a person who has legal documentation of having their kid and still has to pay child support
for a kid to live with them?
It's called woman support, and that is real. That is literally supporting women in America. That the woman still gets that check, even though that child is with that dad.
That ain't fair. And and it's sad because women scorn men, and they're the reason why men are the way they are.
And they're the ones who scorn first.
Yeah.
So let's just be real, but that's here nor there. The wrong woman makes it hard for the good woman to be
for the good man.
That's not even the good.
Or yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, if there's a good woman to come into that man's life, he's gonna see her as a good woman, but it's gonna be hard for him to open himself up to that woman because of what the past woman did to him.
No woman is to be trusted from there on. So.
Yeah, so they kind of keep their guards up.
Next question.
Yeah, you guys pretty much answered this, but I'm still asking just for more detail. how you guys think you'll be able to fix this issue? You know, when it comes to like marriages being declined, how would you want to lift it?
The problem with marriage today is people cannot keep people out of their business. And the problem is, if I was married and I was to tell my sibling or a friend about what's going on in my marriage, I'm too busy listening to their judgment that now when they are around my man after I forgave him, they can't forgive him, so it makes your marriage hard to stay connected because too many people are involved. And then it's definitely when it comes to parents, stay in your lane. To answer the question, what I really do believe that can help marriages from being so low in numbers and years or whatever you want to say, I believe that we as people have to unlearn to relearn how to love. So unlearn what you have already been taught and relearn it with the next person, because we're too busy already going in on something that we already feel like we know. But because you knew what the last person you were dating doesn't mean that that person is the same way. You have to relearn people. You will never know people until you get
not only that, like we always say that a marriage license is a contract, which in fact it is. It is. I agree. But I feel like before people take vows, I feel like if there has not been a year track record of them going through counseling to make sure that they're able to stay married, I feel like a marriage should not happen. I feel like no one should be able to cross that path in life until you have some type of track record that you can be able to stabilize your relationship and keep it going, or your relationship or your marriage life should have a contract ending expiration.
I still don't think that people.
That's just how I see it. But or your marriage license should expire at a certain time to where you have to renew it. If your marriage is
every 5 years, you need to.
I say every 3 years. Renew your license.
We renew our driver's license at the time 4 years, but now it's 8 years.
But people are not even surviving 12 months. So I would say in 3 years, if you haven't figured it out,
go before a judge and reevaluate your marriage.
And hey,
if you know, that's only if you feel the need to reevaluate your marriage.
No, I feel like every marriage license should have an expiration time on it. If after 3 years, after 3 years your marriage isn't working, you should be able to depart with no problems.
I agree with that.
But if your marriage is still going, then you can renew it for the next 3 years. I feel like maybe if it's that way, people would be more willing to fight for the relationship, work things out, or sleep in the same separate bedrooms for the next 3 years.
Y'all could be married. Y'all could be married. Say for instance, y'all married 2 years, and y'all feel like y'all want to break up, and now y'all both sleeping in separate rooms. But in that 1 year that you have left, that bridge gap to go in front of the judge, you may have worked on your marriage in that 1 year.
You may have been willing to fight for it, or you might have just been able to say, "I'm really."
And I actually know a couple who went through something like that and are still to this day been married 10 years. They literally battled their marriage in the first 4 years and was sleeping in separate rooms in their house. They did not. Nobody wanted to leave their house because it was theirs. So because it was their house, I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. So what happened was, you respect me and I'm gonna respect you.
I think that they should be able to. I think that should be a vote that goes out there.
That's what it takes people to petition.
Marriage license should expire within a grace period of time. That way, if the marriage isn't working, you're able to leave the relationship solid with whatever you came in with and depart with whatever you left.
I honestly feel marriage does not last, all because of too many people are in your business.
And then social media. Not only that, social media, because if you think about it, back in the days,
they didn't have that.
They didn't
have cell phones and text messaging and email.
So when the husband left, he left for the morning. I'm going to work. If you need anything, you need to make sure you have your phone. I mean, even before phones even came out.
They went to the payphone. They
made a list before they left the house and they came home with whatever it was that you needed.
Right.
The wife wasn't able to harass you about what time you getting off work. They ain't worried about no side piece.
Ain't no backs turned in the bed, sneak texting your side piece.
Yes, social media has traumatized the generation.
And the problem is, I saw the picture yesterday. The problem is, so I saw the picture and it was so deep. There was a man who was holding the woman's heart, but there was another man who was holding the like heart from social media. And she was over here with him because
he
of
got all the likes.
But this man who actually had her heart, she didn't even give a damn about.
People change relationships because they don't want to change themselves. That's a true statement.
The dreams on, man, they ain't no good. Chucky is on the tour, they got your kids paranoid. They just a scary story that a child can't avoid. Takes to change the white kids on through the fucking wood. Freddy Krueger on the dreams on.
I believe that's a true statement. People change relationships because they don't want to change themselves. They're not willing to fight for whatever it is that they are in their relationship for. So because you're not accepting me for who I am, I'm going to go be with somebody else that's going to accept me. And they're going to keep going into this revolving door.
Yes.
It's just going to be a continuous cycle because they're not willing to work on themselves. They're only wanting to be with somebody that's going to accept
that's going to validate
everything that's in them.
And not even that. People always thinking that the grass is green on the other side. How about you try watering your own grass and stop thinking about the grass that's already green?
Like they always say, don't sweep in front of they, don't sweep in front of your own.
Yeah.